didn't?
Ooh la la! Another tie?
I'd rather be tied down to the tracks than go through that again.
Well, maybe you won't have to.
Welcome to Ulfstead Castle, Duke. I see you've met Connor and Caitlin. Unfortunately, I'm still queasy from the whole ordeal. You'll get used to that. I hope not. Oh, Duke, I'd like you to meet someone special. I've managed to restore him back to working condition, and he's happier than ever to be here. One of the oldest engines ever built. Duke, I'd like you to introduce you to Stephen, otherwise known as the Rocket. Oh, I'm not worthy. Oh, don't worry about that. I'm honored to meet you, Duke. Your Grace. How could you pull off something like this? Oh, it's quite the story. Another time, Stephen. We must get Duke acquainted. I'm back, Your Grace. You impudent scoundrel! What are you doing here? Impudent scoundrel? That engine is a disgrace. He's rude and inconsiderate. He nearly buried Falcon at Blue Mountain in a mining accident. That wasn't my fault. Never is. Whoa, Duke. Samson may have a checkered past, but he's a changing engine and has joined my crew and has been a big help. We'd be a bigger help if we stopped gawking and got marshaled. Head to the sidings. Cullen will unload you once Duke is unloaded. Sup. Right for a chuff. Speaking of which, Connor, bring Duke over to Cullen. We have a busy day ahead of him. Right, sir. Hey, Duke. Welcome to the crew. I'm Cullen. If you're in need of a lift, come find me. Thank you. It'll be nice to have my wheels on firm rails. Now, Millie and Stephen, it's time we show our guests the castle. I can see it from here.
We can show you a better view.
Just you wait. Wait no longer, let's go. My goodness, it's beautiful. Oh, just you wait. You haven't seen anything yet. Lower the castle drawbridge. What? We're going inside? What the? Onwards! Goodness. Take it all in, Duke. This could be your new home. How could you do this? Do what? All of this?
There'll be plenty of time to explain that.
Indeed, in time we will. But we have work to get done. The opening day is fast approaching. Millie, you and Duke will work together today. Show around the place. Stephen, you and I will work here, setting up the main hall. Ready to go, sir!
Come on, Duke. We've got a lot to do.
I'll be along in a minute. Your Grace. Yes, Duke? Thank you for the opportunity. I needed this. So did I, Duke. So did I. Afternoon, everyone. Okay, don't everyone talk at once. I'm worried about Duke. Don't be. He laid his rails. He can roll on them.
But he's still our grandpa.
Well, he's not acting like it. He's been a nuisance since coming back. He's so ungrateful, too, and he can't even get our names right.
What was Duke like back in the old days?
Now, just don't throw that word around. I know you're not complaining. You were built within the century. Barely.
Back to Luke's question. Duke was strict, but he was loving and meant well.
The worst he did was go on and on about his grace and repeatedly tell me to find sense.
Figures why he did. You never found it.
Rubbish.
But I don't get it. How could he change so much? I'm not so sure it's him that changed. Duke was in a shed for 2 decades. I was gone for 1 decade, and so much had changed here. The world Duke knew is gone, and it's hard to adjust.
But you did, though.
I'm also not Duke. The way Duke lived was different than the way I lived, and my life is easier to adjust than his. I mean, even the family who he's named after has changed.
It's not the first time it's changed.
Perhaps. What were the other Dukes of Sodor like? Well, compared to Sir Robert, they were more, well, like, Duke. Regal and proper.
That's one way to call it.
The first words I'd use to describe Sir Robert. Do you think it bothers him?
Not enough to live there.
He hasn't agreed yet.
I hope he does.
You don't mean that, right? Right.
It is an honor to meet you, Mr. No need for formalities. They call me Stephen. Oh, of course. Forgive me. It's just what you've done for all of Steam. Speak nothing of it. I haven't done anything you haven't. I've just done it a bit longer. Yes, right. I must say it's rather strange. What is? I just figure an engine with your grandeur wouldn't be here. In fact, how did I get here? Well, yes. We old engines know a thing or two about what others can say. We've heard it all before. Nonetheless, I'm happy to share. It's quite the story. Well, I finished my work for the day, and since I'll be staying the night, I suppose we have the time. Oh, I stopped worrying about time years ago. I've seen enough of it in my years, and there always seems to be a lot more than you think. Yes, let's go back a bit. After my working life, I was donated to the Science Museum to be preserved, on display. It was nice talking to the visitors, but it soon got boring after a while, being there for nearly 100 years. I miss zooming and zipping around the line pulling trains. I missed working. That changed one day when I had a particular visitor. Hello there.
Could you answer a question, please? No, I'm not the oldest engine ever built. Oh, no, I knew that. I wanted to ask a rather difficult question. No, I don't want to talk about what happened at the Rainhill trials. Oh, goodness, no. I wanted to ask, are you happy here? What? My family has been around engines for generations. I know a sad one when I see one. I guess I'm not all that happy. I can see that. I bet you wish you were on the open rails again, racing down the line, the wind blowing past your funnel. I sure do miss those days. I know these old wheels can't do much anymore, but I'll never be a working engine again. Never say never. I'm going to break you out of here. Now here's the plan. Hey, step away from the exhibit, sir. I'll be back. And he was. I'm here. Now let's get you out of here. We know who you are. You know you could just purchase the exhibit. Oh, yes. Silly me. Of course. I'll never forget that day and what he did. What he did? Forgive me, but what he did was rather improper. It's not conventional, but nothing Sir Robert does his. It's what we like about him. To each their own. Evening, you two. Stephen, can you head to the Western Estate and pick up a flatbed of tools? Duke, I can show you to your sleeping accommodations. Yes. Yes, sir. So, how's everybody's day? It's certainly quiet tonight. You mean peaceful? Duncan, I'll be the one to say it. Good riddance to ye old bumpuff. It's Grandpuff. Since when did you care? I always have. But Duke tends to make it difficult. Let's be honest. Who actually misses him? I do. Run your daft, Duncan. No, I'm not. He's our Grandpuff. Yours too. He's just come back, and I don't want to lose him again. I've been thinking. We've been looking at this all wrong. I think we need to think about Duke's thoughts here. He's been doing that from the start. That's why he's been bossing us around. Different engines communicate in different ways. It's how we all get on. Maybe Duke has been telling us something we're not hearing. I hear him loud and clear. That's all he does is yell. Scallowy's right. Duke's been hard on us, but he is one of us and we take care of our own. If he wants that. What if he likes the Earl? At the castle? Maybe it suits him better. But we need them here. I mean, do we? Well, I do. We've gotten on fine without him for 20 years before he came. Our worst fears have passed. He's alive and clearly not happy. Maybe it's the least we can do for Grandpuff. Maybe. I just hope he's doing better. How are you enjoying your time at the castle? It's been interesting, to say the least. Never a dull moment around here. That's one way to put it. Is everything all right? It's fine. It's just things aren't what I expected around here. I expected more... Ambiance? Atmosphere? Rouge? No! I expected things to be more proper. I mean, based on the stories I've heard, it's a borderline circus with you lot. I mean, racing across the country, museum heist. How utterly disgraceful. The Earl certainly has a way of living. How'd you get mixed up in all of this? You seem sensible. That's one way to put it. And it started all the way back in my old country of France. The castle wasn't the first estate I worked on. In France, I worked for a wealthy family who owned a large estate with beautiful gardens. I helped maintain the place and gave the family rides during charity events. But one day the owners passed away, and the children wanted to sell the estate. They couldn't sell me. They left me in my shed, and I stayed there for years. Until one stormy night.
Oh, my goodness, the shelter. Oh, hello. My apologies for barging in, but is anyone home? We were caught in a storm and we need a place to stay the night.
No, it's just me. The estate is abandoned, but you're welcome to stay here until the storm passes.
Oh, good. Why are you here alone?
I told him about my owners and my past, and we chatted the night away. He told me about his travels and his dreams. It was so nice to have company after all those years. In the morning, he left with his butler, and I never thought I'd see them again. Until later that day, he returned.
My fair engine, it has been too long that you've been left here alone. I wish to change that. I need someone like you to help me. Would you like to be my engine? I'd wish to purchase you.
I don't know what to say.
How about yes?
And the rest is history.
What? What?
What is it?
You! When did he save you?
Late 50s.
What? He saved you and not me, his family's engine? He gallivants the world and fooling around, and he's left me to... Ah, Duke, good morning. You! That's a new way to greet me. How could you? What did I do exactly? I have done a lot, you know, Duke. That's the problem. You've done everything but your responsibilities. You disgraced your family. You've disgraced the Duke name. You disgraced me, and I want no part of this charade anymore. I request to leave.
Who do you think you are, speaking to the Earl like that?
He's no Earl of mine. He's a fool.
Let me tell you,
Millie, no. I wish to understand more, Duke. If you were truly his grace, you know. Now I request to leave. Grant me that much, so I can leave with little dignity. You haven't robbed me or any of my graces. Very well, Duke.
What?
Millie, please. I owe Duke this much. I'll send you back.
It's more than what he deserves.
Millie! Please. I'll make arrangements, Duke.